छाया आसमान देखो झूमता गगन है छाया आसमान देखो झूमता गगन
Alrighty. Okay, we got the goods smoking up here. Oh, I got stuff hanging everywhere, shit falling down, things coming unplugged at the last minute, tripping over wires anyway. It's crazy. It's Saturday night and it is an earlier start time than usual. Yes, it's 7 p.m. Hopefully that works out for people's schedules. We'll be here for 2 hours tonight. And we're going to try to squeeze in as many readings as we can. Before we get into all of that, next Saturday will be with our Astro class. So every Saturday, this channel is doing something. We're doing private lives. We do astrology classes, second Saturday of every month. If you're interested in something like that, get an email to allastrology@gmail.com, the same email address you see on the screen. Doesn't matter what level you're at. Something for everyone. And let's start the show. We're going to start off by saying if you want a reading, you need to get your name. You need to say hello in the queue, in the chat that's below the live stream. That's how we know you want a reading, and it is the order in which your name appears in the chat. It's the order that I go in for who goes next in the reading. And readings are free. You get a free speed reading. This is astrology. So birth time, birth date, birth city, birth state. If you don't have your birth time, be honest and just say it. I don't have my birth time. I will make up a noon hour chart. It's better than guessing. And then we'll go from there. But I do need your location. That means the city you were born in. Okay. And all those good things. So for anybody else who has the means, you are more than welcome to send a gift to the channel. Once you do that, that means that you want me to spend more time on your chart. So a gift to the channel gives you an extended reading. That's the way we do it. And if you feel comfortable sending your digits to the email, you can do that as well. Some folks just throw their stuff right into the chat. That's fine. And this might be a slow night because this is the first night. We're just starting at 7 p.m. and I put up a post on the channel. You know how that goes. At least on my channel, the posts don't go anywhere. They kind of just sit stationary. Nobody sees them. So 7 p.m. is the new start time for Starry Night Lives. That's my goal. I'm sticking to it. It helps me to function better, to be done earlier. My life and schedule has changed quite a bit since I first started doing the live streams. How many years ago? I don't know, a few years back. All right. So with all that said, thank you for changing with the changes. I appreciate your time and patience, and let's get it on. Let's see where we're at. What's going on? Who's here? Anybody here? Teamwork. What's going on? Teamwork. You want a reading? If you don't want a reading, see what Teamwork did. She knew she was the first one. She slammed it right up there. I'm passing. There you go. So if you're in the chat, some people just like to astrology. They just like to look at charts. They like to learn. They like to talk. They like to read the charts themselves. A lot of these folks know astrology. So it's okay. And if you don't know astrology, well, then get a reading. It's all good. That's what we're here for. This is a learning community. I see it as also a way for people to get an opportunity to get a reading because astrology readings are expensive. They're not cheap. And I know that. So, yeah, let's move on. Teamwork said she is passing. Donna, what's going on? Donna, how are you? Healing readings by Donna Marie, saying hello, checking in. Donna, did you want a reading? Your name's the second one. Princess AK, how are you doing? She said right there, can I have a reading? So you're number 3. All right, you're number 3, Princess. Although, actually, no, let's rephrase all that. Donna's number 1 since Teamwork said passing. Princess AK, you're number 2. Christy's here. What's going on, Christy? You're number 3. Christy's usually doing some sort of artsy thing. She might be passing. She's always busy with the hands, creating something. She is a creative queen. Oh, look at Teamwork. You're so kind, Teamwork. Yeah, I have Princess AK's info. Thank you so much for asking that, Teamwork. Y'all know she needs all the help she can get. I appreciate it. I really do. Oh, and there's my little note about next week. Astro class is next Saturday. Yep. So for anybody who's in the Astro class next Saturday, let me know if you can start at 7 p.m. instead of 8 p.m. That's my goal. If it can't be done, obviously, you just let me know and we'll go according to that. I want to make sure that everybody can make it who's signed up. All right. Donna said she's passing. Donna said, yay, I'm already signed up. Okay, Donna, can you do 7 or 8 p.m.? Which is which for you? And yeah, let me know. Sybil 74. Hi, y'all. I don't think I got your digits, Sybil's. Sometimes people show up with different names, You guys, if you're one of those people and if I have you in my system under a different name, help me out. Like, let me know what the name is. So I'm not spending time. If it comes to that, if I'm spending time and I can't figure out, I just go to the next name. It's just not fair to anybody who's waiting behind somebody. We don't have that problem all the time, but every blue moon you'll get somebody that, yeah, that's kind of does it all the time they're here. I don't know what it is. I thought I had a lot of emails. Holy crap. The different emails this person comes in under. I'm like, wow, this has got to be the 10th different name. They've exceeded me. All right, Chris. Oh, see this? Yeah, everybody, Christy, everybody. Princess, you're next. Right? That makes Princess AK. She's got my details, Miss AK. All right, Miss AK. Then let's get you on the screen. Let's get going. Let's get your chart up here. And yeah, if I'm doing your reading, folks, give me one word if you want me to focus on something. If I don't see what you want me to focus on, that one word, yeah, I am going to just tell you what's jumping out at me. Okay, that's just the way it goes. And there's no rapport, there's no back and forth unless you send a channel gift because it's just not fair. Got to give it to the people who are waiting. Those are the ones who get the time. Would love a reading. What is popping out for me? See that? See how this person did that? That's phenomenal. That's how you do it. See? Bam. Oh, the East Chicago. Thank you. I remember the East Chicago, Indiana. I don't know if we got to do you, did we? But you're telling me there's another name. Great. So, all right. Sybil Christina May. Oh, no, that's her birthday. Maybe it was under Christina. All right, so Sybil, you're gonna have to, when it gets to your turn, clarify for me if I already have you in my system and if there was a different name. There might have been a different name. So a lot of that looks really familiar to me. Can't remember if I looked at your stuff or not. Kitchen, yes or no question. If you're able to answer, do you feel guilty about what they did? Oh, interesting. You don't like to do astrology. You just want me to spit out an answer. Well, when it's your turn, we'll do that. Okay. I see your question though. All right, so we're getting Princess AK up. That's her chart. Let me get it on the screen real quick here. And okay, so let me find Miss AK. I think that's what Okay, we got this in reverse names. Let me get this up here for you so we can see this. All right. Maybe I do have you here as princess under this one. Remember, we're in a whenever you see me in this room, means I'm using a different software system. And oh, well, what do you know? So Miss AK, I don't see you're here. I don't see you here as Miss. I know I've read your chart, but I think we were in the other room. I don't know if it's been a while since you've been here, but you know what? Yeah, you're not here under Miss AK, and you're not here under Princess AK either. Okay, dang. So we have to redo you then, unless you came in under a different name. But I know I've seen you. I know we used to read your chart quite a bit. So I don't know if you sent an email, but your digits, yeah, get your digits in the chat. While you're doing that, I'm going to the next name. Sorry, Princess. Like I said, I'm in a different room. There's a different software, and some of the information hasn't crossed over yet. So you can have a reading, but get your digits to me again, okay? Yeah, but I might have been in the other system. That's what I'm trying to say. This system's not showing you. I don't have you under here. And I'm in the M's. All right, so Miss AK or Princess AK, however you want to do it, email her in the chat. You send your stuff. And I guess next is Sybil was here first, right? Before G333 was the Sybil. All right, so Sybil, did you get your name? No different name. Okay, gotcha. Legends were born in 74. Okay. All right, so we got May 12th, 1974. I know, but your digits sound really familiar. Like I must have did your chart last time. Well, let's do it again, and let's see if we got you in here. And we'll just, I don't recognize the name Sybil, though. But I know that birth information for some reason. I'm weird. I'm weird like that. Okay, and so you're saying you are, birthday in 10 days. You know what? That's an interesting, maybe that's why I remember. It's not so much about your birth year, but I have a sibling with that birthday, May 12th. Yeah, 11:39 a.m. Great, excellent. You're not, yeah, you're not far. Your birth location isn't very far from me, actually. Yeah, alrighty. All right, so have you seen your chart before? Do you know what your moon and your rising sign are? May 12th, 1974, 11:39 a.m., East Chicago. Gives me a Leo ascendant. Yeah, see, this seems so familiar to me. A Leo ascendant, of course, a Taurus sun, and then we have your moon as an Aquarius moon at 2 degrees. Let's get that on the screen. So, yep. Okay, great. So Princess AK, again, get your digits to me one more time because I don't have your digits with me. Plain and simple. I know you were in the system before, but we're going to need them again, okay? Everything has changed for me. So help me help you. And yeah, get your stuff back into my system I have a lot of names. So yeah. Great. I see him. Very good. I'll put him in. All right, Sybil, here's your chart. And let me take a real quick look here. Okay, great. So that's it. All right, so let's take a look at this chart. Oh, interesting. Pluto trining Pluto. That's what's popped out. That's the very first thing that popped out. Okay, so a change in transformation in relationships, significant one-on-one relationships. It's going to start by talking and communication. Of course, your mind is affected, but your Pluto is a retrograding Pluto. Holy crap. Deep, intense, powerful in relationship, business, and partnerships. But the home and family, tribal energy, really strong, really powerful. This can represent traumas and wounds from the past with insignificant one-on-one relationships. Again, personal and professional. Pluto's retrograding. Well, it didn't exactly begin just yet, but it's beginning at 5 degrees. And so Pluto's going to come back and it will create more of an ease for you to make changes within significant one-on-one relationships. These are going to be likely practical partnerships, but friends and group energy. It can have to do with domestic life and work, everyday work and daily routines. The health might even be a thing. And then connecting the mental health, big time, and emotions, big time, with your own physical body, with your nervous system. Your nervous system will be a big one. And even your natal Saturn. Interesting. Even your natal Saturn will be affected, not right away. This is sometime down the road, but the whole point of that is reorganizing and restructuring and a little bit of dad and mom energy. Again, the home and the childhood, the family, the tribal energy comes up. Restrictions, slowdowns. There could be mother wounds, whether it's a wound about my mom and home, authority figures possibly. Yeah, but it's in with this group energy, which screams authority figures again and surprises, but unconventional, different, unique is a big deal. So normally when that happens, this is really fixed, can be very fixed energy. And when we have really fixed, rigid energy, God bless it, it makes change all that more difficult, doesn't it? So a Pluto trining Pluto means change will easily occur. Now, if we don't recognize the wave of change, if we don't see the cycle of change, like if we're not aware of it, then it will easily occur because Pluto will bring about change that comes from the hidden, the below the surface. So deeply psychological stuff usually. And normally, especially with the Pluto trine Pluto, we usually start incorporating and making those changes ourselves because we can feel it. We're like, okay, yeah. And maybe you're looking forward to it possibly. It's a good possibility because when you have a Pluto like you do in relationships, this is a promise. This is a promise the change will always occur within relationships. Significant relationships. People that you talk to, this can be siblings, people that feel like siblings, coworkers and peers, people that you there's a deep, like you guys resonate on a deep level because of the Pluto energy. And there's history, like big time. So this can be strong feminine qualities, meaning it can be with feminine, strong feminine energy in your life. So whether it's females or males that exude strong feminine energy, there's just this deep resonating thing. And this can be mom as well. This can be mom. So again, anytime I say mom, home, and family, it can bring up like mother wound type of energy. The need to communicate and self is jumping out. Your Mercury big time here because again, this is going to talk about siblings, but something about profession, long-term career and goals is a big deal. And look, you even have the freaking Taurus 4 degrees at your midheaven. Again, long-term goals, relationship energy. That's about commitment, professional commitments, but values, income, money, love. This is earthy energy, so it wants to be grounded and supported for sure. But do you see the Pluto? You see the same degree, right? It's always going to be changing that. It's Yeah, this is Pluto at 4 degrees and 20 minutes. Your midheaven's 438. So this is a big, it creates stress and tension, but it's like an irritation energy to my values and to my long-term goals and money. So with that said, when the Pluto trine Pluto comes about, you already lived through it once, but this time it's a Pluto in a retrograde. So real quick, let me jump ahead just to give you a timeline so you can see this. And then, oh, I have this on the, hold on a second. We got to turn this off of this other thing here. I'm making it confusing. Okay, let's do that. Ooh, looky. It jumped right to July 2nd. So there you go. There you have it. The strong stress and tension, along with trine. And when I say stress and tension, that means this Pluto in your work and your health and your job, your day-to-day routines will create a stress to your job and your goals. I should say career energy, or depending upon what level you're at, this could be your vocation. It goes job, career, vocation. So it just depends on where you're at with your goals, your long-term goals, and what you're building, what you've been building. Now, obviously, the 4 degree would talk about home and family big time, but Pluto's going to square that at the same time. I mean, at the exact same time that it's throwing a trine to the Pluto down here, to the significant one-on-one relationships, which means change will easily occur. But it can create some upset within home and career, home and job, because you've got 4 degrees, a prominent degree. So your emotions, emotional security, emotional stability, it's going to be really important to make sure that you're grounded in the way where you know what it is that can make you feel calm, like you can find your center and be calm. Remember, Taurus energy is about peace and stability, what it is that just my creature comforts, basically. So the Plutonian energy brings a challenge to that. And the relationships are where you're going to see the ease come in, which means I'm saying I'm ready for a change within those relationships. Okay. So we're moving on. I do hope that helps. All right, so here we go. We're going to, did anybody else leave their digits? I know I've got digits for Miss AK. We're going to get there. We're going in order, so have patience. I think it was G333 was after, if I got this right. At least I think that's, yep, G33. Are you still here? Remember, if I call your name out, some folks, boy, I tell you, some folks are funny. I think they got their name in the chat, and I'm going to read for them, even if they disappear on me, and it's like, no, if I say your name and you don't, and I don't see you're currently here, like by responding, yes, I'm here, I'm going to the next name. I'm not going to like create your chart and then read your damn chart and you're not even here. I guess some people figure they could do that, but it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to me. Look at that. See, that's how that works. All right. I know I got you in the system. All right, G33, let's get you in here. And then I think Princess, oh no, well, we'll see. We'll go back to the chat and we'll pull you up. Let's get you to this other, my system's working a little strange tonight. Okay. Yeah, and I know last time I was looking for yours and I was like, I don't know if I have it, but it was here, right? I remember seeing the G33. I think I have you under LG33 maybe. Yes, Lisa G33. Thank you. Got it. Okay. Okay, let's get this chart on here. Let me see if it, oh, great, it did it. Nice. I love it when it works smoothly. All right, Lisa. So let me just kind of go like this real quick and we'll see what kind of jumps out. Yeah, your moon did just jump out. So whether that's something of the moment, Your Aries moon jumped. Yeah, I think your Aries stuff always seems to be jumping out, doesn't it? Well, that's what jumped out. The self energy jumped out. Let's see what's all right. So the moon would be like home and family energy. Um, but yeah, you could probably write a book. I mean, you got a lot of Gemini energy that's coming forward as well. Mercury in Gemini, the sun in Gemini. It's in the house, in the first and the second house. So a lot to say and that you've thought about and that yeah, a lot of words when it comes to self, whether it's appearance and my values. There's just a lot of information here and a love for learning. These would be like people who are teachers and stuff like that. Some people, yeah, it could be writers, but definitely teachers of information and sharing because they love to share, right? They can talk, they can share. So maybe you give, yeah, great examples of self while you're doing those things. But the thing that is jumping out is not just your moon, and that moon is in the 11th house of group energy. That mixture of the Aries and the Aquarius energy is like, it's electrified, it's fire, so it's fast. It's a combination of a lightning bolt and a fireball energy is what it is. It's unpredictable. And so you might feel this way or you might have seen this way with your moods. Um and possibly even people that considered friends because of the also the Uranus that connects with your moon, different and unique, and that being really important. But the independent energy, super strong here. And now the karmic stuff in the relationships, the seventh house is jumping out, love in particular. And it's got this expansiveness to it because it's Saggy. So the unique and the different stuff, again, I'm just following the breadcrumb energetic trail here. This is all I'm doing. And as I'm following it, it's taking me right back to Aquarius again. It's taking me to adding to things, adding to the partnerships, the relationships, lots of them, but they are very different, unique. Freedom loving and independent is huge, meaning this can be tricky energy when we are literally trying to settle down, and sometimes this energy doesn't settle down. Sometimes this is the kind of energy. I remember when I was a kid, there was an uncle, one of my mom's brothers. I don't know why this sticks in my brain. He always used to say things like he would always be a bachelor. I don't know why that ever stuck with me. I was super young. And of course, he's married now, right? And has, like 3 or 4 kids or something like that. But he didn't marry till really, really, really late in life. I might be exaggerating. Like, what's really, really late in life? I mean, damn, he might have been younger than me, and I'm saying that. I honestly don't even know. I just know dude had like 3 different careers and done all this different shit, and it was like the guy really lived, and he, just yeah, he lived and just did everything. But it wasn't until he had like done all of that he kind of settled down, I guess, and then, married. And maybe he just never found the right person. But all I'm saying, all of that is because you even have Saturn in your 7th house. And what that can do is it can delay partnerships. It can slow down bonded relationships and can actually add a fear because it's a combination of Saturn and Scorpio, which talks about vulnerabilities and a fear within committed, significant one-on-one relationships. And it all goes back to your freaking moon. I know this is insane, right? But it all goes back to this feisty, independent, pioneering moon of if I get in a relationship, and this is not for me to say you're not in a relationship, but what you may have experienced is there are times when being in a relationship, a serious committed relationship, there may have been moments where fear rose up and it felt as though, like I was disappearing or I was getting lost in that relationship. Usually an Aries moon wouldn't do that. However, I know people who have Aries moon. And when there's other things in a chart, matter of fact, some things in a chart can kind of add illusions and delusions where we can just, even though we may not um, feel needy, which would kind of be Cancer energy, where it can kind of feel clingy and needy emotionally, although you have Mars there. There can be just, yeah, bouts of fighting your own independence, because it's like relationships can kind of, I don't know what's the word, dampen the flame, dampen that spark. And the Aries moon connected with all these other feisty, fiery energies that support it, and the freedom loving, independent energy that is so freaking strong in your chart. Yeah, it would kind of cramp its style almost, but it would really feel like almost like chains in some way. And that does not to say that these people or you or anybody else can't be in significant one-on-one relationships or can't be have marriages. They can, but it usually takes a long time because of the Saturn and because Aries energy in general, it ages like a fine wine. That's just Aries energy in general. So if you've had challenges or difficulties or feeling like, holy crap, you know, somehow my individuality, my very existence, it's how Aries energy can feel sometimes, where like it's almost like it goes into a primal mode of, you know, somehow that relationship or this relationship is smothering me. And that might not even be the right word, but it almost feels like my right to exist because it gets fired up about it. Like, what the hell? What about me? Damn it. And sometimes we don't realize that it's happened. Like the what about me? And we're to blame for it, like seriously. We end up sometimes, yeah, getting so involved in other people and their lives and new and different and exciting. And then maybe sometimes we kind of forget about ourselves and we're to blame for that. So in all of that, there's just a lot of strong, powerful, intense energy. Your Mars trines your Pluto. Holy shit. Um, you have a Pluto in Scorpio at 2 degrees. So this is relationship energy, love and desire energy, really intense and strong, and about the deep bonds. So you've got a lot of really interesting things on your chart. And as far as relationships, there's not going to be, you just have such an interesting combination of no messing around, very serious. It should be deep and meaningful and powerful. It shouldn't be frivolous, but yet you've got then Uranus there who wants that excitement and that new and that different kind of stuff. So again, that's not just about love, but that can also be professionally as well in business partnerships. So it's a really fascinating chart. There's a lot going on and it's all very powerful. So that is what was jumping out. So whether you're the home and family, and whether emotions are a thing, and whether you're, struggling with something in terms of, it's not I don't want to say the duality, but that might be the word, because Gemini energy is jumping out again, the strong duality of this way, and then if I can just find a happy medium type of thing. That would be something I could see that would definitely take some persistent work. And that Mars energy, holy crap, it needs a place where it can get that mission on and let it express. Like, here you go focus on that. It needs individual things to get that intense energy out, because man, you got some of that intense energy in lots of ways in your chart. Okay, so I hope that helped. Let me see who was next. And I think it's going to go to, wow, I hope I didn't do it backwards. It looks like I might have done it backwards. Kitchen sink, are you here? Kitchen sink has a quick question. Kitchen sink, did you give me birth digits? Probably not. Let me see if I got birth digits sent. If not, that's okay. Is kitchen sink here? Did kitchen sink leave? Um, Hey, Tim, I see you. How are you? G333's laughing. She said, single. Uh, dude, the complexities of these charts, like it has not, it has not flown completely over my head that the people that come to this channel, I mean, the fact is with energy, like literally the laws of the universe, they exist. I don't make them up. They just do. And so wherever my energy is, however my chart is, I'm going to get similar people like that. That's just how it works. Like attracts like. That's how it works. And so when it comes to the complexities of our personality and the shit that we're trying to be like, okay, it's like this freaking battlefield in our personality of this side and then this side. I totally get it. I totally get it. it's it's my mother would call it, that's a trick bag. It's a trick bag, like dealing with this one thing and then you deal with the other and you get caught in the middle. And Allastrology. Lou's here. Lou's passing. Hey, Lou, how are you? Curious what Pluto brings this week? Yep. Yeah, change. That's what Pluto brings, change. Okay, so I gave a second to see if kitchen sink is here. Kitchen sink is not responding, so I'm moving on. You don't respond, I go to the next name. And we did Sybil already. Legends were born in 74. Oh, you were both born in 74. No wonder. Oh, Lord. Here we go. There we go. Okay, so Princess AK, let's get you up. It's your turn. Princess AK, are you still here? Let me get you back in here. We got to get a whole new chart written up for you. Where did she? There she is. She put herself right there. Thank you. Princess AK is like, this lady has drawn up my chart I don't know how many times. Well, I really not doing it on purpose. Unless the software just kind of tries to hide your stuff. I don't see why that would be. Although sometimes it does some weird shit. You never know. All right, so that is July 21st. Is that right? 1987. Is that a PM? Very good. 6:28. Okay. Okay, the software. Come on now. I know it's, yes, we know. Let me make sure I got this spelled right. Okay, July 21st, 1987, 6:28 p.m. Let's see if it holds on to it. All right. So do you remember what your chart looks like? Do you know? So is that Kuwait City in Kuwait? They're asking me. Let me go back. Oh, Lord. I'm assuming. I shouldn't really assume, but Okay, so they're showing me, yeah, Leo ascendant, 28 degrees, 15-degree Gemini moon, 28 degrees sun. Does that sound right for you? Where are you at? Let's get this on the screen so you can see this. Oh, I know my chart very well. Great. Did you know you have streaming double? I know. Isn't it crazy? There's a vertical and a horizontal, Tim. Isn't that wild? Yeah. And I can see both the chats. That's the beauty of this. It gives you, the viewer, the option. Some people like to just be in bed and they're just staring at their phone like that. Yeah. Oh, Capricorn rising, moon in Gemini. Yeah, see it? They're giving me. So let me see what they put as your city. Kuwait City, Kuwait, July 21st, 1987, 6:28 p.m. And it's giving me a Sagittarius. Wait a minute. Did I say a Leo rising a minute ago? This is giving me a Sagittarius on the ascendant. I think my eyes must have been playing tricks on me before when I said that. This is a Saggy rising. This is strange. You know your chart very well. The coordinates are 38 north, 53, and 77 west, 2. Do you know your coordinates? I know that's a crazy ass question to ask, but I've had people give me their coordinates. So when people say they know their stuff, I'm like, okay, give me coordinates. Then I can maybe do that. But it is very strange. Capricorn rising. Yeah, I've done your chart before. And again, I'm sorry. How about, am I spelling Kuwait wrong? Is that the problem? That could be it. I am really bad at spelling. Did I spell Kuwait wrong? Kuwait? Yeah. Yeah, Kuwait. I'm going to have to fire this software or something. What the hell? This isn't the first time this has happened. It makes no sense. This is a mystery. And it's not really anything I can solve. Not at this moment. If it doesn't change your ascendant, I don't know what to do. Other than, yeah. Oh, this is not good. Do you know your moon? I know you know it's Gemini. Is it a 15-degree Gemini moon? It is strange. It's the correct spelling. Like I said, this isn't the first time this has happened. I've seen this happen before. And it's usually some crap up in the sky, Mercury retrograde, or there's, the solar flares, there's there's comets and shit and all that other sun flare stuff. But I thought we were done with that, but maybe not. I think there might be a comet. Anyway, I have a 15-degree moon. Okay, I don't know if you're still here, if you were like, hello. All right, well, we're going to have to figure that out. It is strange, but I'm just staring at a chart and I can't do anything with it. I guess that means we have to try again on another night for you. I'm so sorry. So sorry. She McPhee. Hey, kitchen sink, that's my bird. Okay, so y'all are talking to each other. No problem. Yeah, Pluto's going to bring change. I hope it's the change I'd like to see. That would be great. Oh, you're welcome. G333. Excelsior Jane, how the heck are you doing? Good to see you. I sent my birth info. Crystal sent her birth info. Okay, let's get you up here, Crystal. Timmy cracked me up. Crystal, are you here? Is Crystal here? I see your birth digits. Houston, Texas. Are you here? Come in, Houston. Come in, Houston. April 24th, you just had a birthday. I know somebody who's got a birthday on April 24th. Actually, I know 2 people. Ooh, this would be number 3. Look at that. Crystal, are you here? All right, if Crystal's not here, then we're moving on. You know what happens if we move on and if there's nobody else's chart to look at. Yep, I know. People are like, "What the hell? What are you doing live already?" Yep, we started early. We're trying to start at a 7 p.m. start time from now on Saturday nights. We're here on Saturday, the first and the third Saturday of every month on YouTube. Monday through Friday, one of those days I'll be live, maybe 2, who knows? We're going to see how this all evolves for me. The goal is to eventually, go live every day, but we'll see how that works out. Yeah, Crystal, I have you up here. I called your name multiple times. And yeah, I don't create the chart unless you're here. So, Tim, do you want me to take a look at your chart since you're here? Oh, now Crystal's here. Crystal said yes. Look at that. All right, Crystal, let's get your chart. Did you give me a word as to what I'm focusing on? Otherwise, you're just going to hear about what jumps out at me. You follow? And let's get that up in here. All right, Crystal, April 24th. And Crystal, have you seen your chart before? Let's see if the software is going to play nice. I mean, it worked out on the other charts I did, right? Crystal, did you have a birth time? I don't see a birth time on here. Don't guess. If you don't have it, just tell me you don't have it. All right, let me see if Houston's answering back. Okay, so after Crystal's fine, just whatever comes to you. Do you have time to do a read for me? Yeah, Tim, we're good. My messages lag. Okay, Crystal, do you have a birth time? I see the I'm here, but do you have a birth time? And if you don't have a birth time, I'm just going to give you. All right. I'm giving you a noon hour chart since you're not answering my question. Or if you are, I can't see it. I don't know where the hell it is. I don't see your birth time anywhere. And when people don't have a birth time, you get a noon hour chart. Okay. Which means you're just going to hear whatever jumps out. Because without a birth time, we don't have the great accuracy, which is what, astrology is great for. But the planets will be in the right signs and in the right degrees, although the moon probably won't be in the right degree. I see you're saying I've never seen my chart and I don't know birth time. Perfect. That's what I needed to know. So that means we place your birth time at 12 noon. That's how that works. Let me get your chart up here. You've never seen your chart before, so we don't know if this is her chart. So let's see if this is her chart. We're just going to read this basic chart and see. All right, so this is telling us you're going to be a Leo on your rising, but that's not necessarily true. Okay, Aquarius, Capricorn moon. If this is true, ooh, her sun and her moon trine each other. Look at that. You see the Taurus sun at 4 degrees, feminine energy, strong Venus, feminine energy. Thing is this shows Pandora's box trining that moon as well. So dad energy, authority figure energy, home, mom, maybe even romantic stuff, romantic partners. There's an easy trine, which means stability, long-term goals, very grounded energy, um, food, comfort, sensuality, desire, really strong. You even have Venus in Taurus. Woo! Lots of strong Venus energy here. So with the moon and the sun trining your emotions, your moon, um, ooh, well, this is an easy way to figure out, actually. This having a moon in Cappy can make, we can have a mother that felt like a father, like in terms of order and structure and work, and maybe very rigid, cold even. Mom might have appeared cold, or she at least used words that felt, not mom-like words, the exact opposite of nurturing words. This also says that dad energy, dad energy, this is a mixture of mom and dad energy together. And your moon energy, sometimes people feel they have moments of depression anytime you mix that kind of energy together. And then that Pandora's box, I'm not how she turns out. I don't know exactly how she turns out, but she's in emotions too. So what this says is this is complicated. There's a confidence in the tangible and the material, my values and my goals, especially domestic and in the home. And of course, shit being organized and structured would be really important. But building energy, like what am I building, is a big deal. Building a family and health routines, really structured, organized, and very serious energy. This would be real serious energy. So maybe mom had to work all the time. Maybe that's a possibility. Maybe that's why maybe mom seemed like she had to play both roles. It's a possibility. And then training your son means we kind of have this feeling of confidence, like a very grounded vibe, solid vibe. And maybe you don't know it, but maybe people who are around you feel it. You'd be the person they might consider kind of like steady, like a rock type of thing. Your Mercury, really interesting. You have a Mercury at 1 degrees in Taurus. This can be tricky energy. Mercury doesn't do real well in Taurus in general. Taurus is slow and cautious. Taurus is slow, cautious, and earth, first of all, right? So it's on the ground. Mercury's got wings. It's in the air. It flies. You see the combination? Not real good, right? The only birds that you normally see on the ground are the slow moving doves, right? The birds that are picking for worms, which are the robins. So that's great. But in general, the flight and in the air, yeah, they need to be in the air. They need to be moving fast. And so Mercury and her mind, that's what Mercury represents, air and the mind. She's not going to be a fast learner. She might have been a slow reader when she was young, maybe started talking late, possibly. And because this is up in the area of career, and this is also in the area of long-term commitments, right? With all this Taurus energy and my values, this may be an evolution of figuring out what it is that I value. And so you might have felt, or you may feel that it's slow going in terms of understanding who and what I value. Not that Taurus is loosey-goosey and confused, but in the house of Saturn says, I'm going to give you lots of tests, stop signs, hurdles, slow downs. You're not going to get those rewards real quick. And that's 10th house is I want recognition and rewards. And I want it by the money, damn it. Like, give me the cha-ching, because it's Taurus up there. Taurus says, show me the money. Or gifts. Venus for sure in Taurus would love gifts. Anything with beauty, fine art, like that's all Taurus stuff. Clothing, anything that's beautiful. The earth, anything you can consider beautiful. But the mind, energy, and learning, and your Mercury's behind your sun. And these people also, and I'm one of them. So don't feel like I'm picking on you. I have my Mercury behind my sun, and my Mercury is in an Earth sign, as is my sun. So I understand this kind of energy. But you have a benefit that the moon trines your sun, which I think is helpful. It's just that it can be kind of cold and rigid. Is this moon over here and detached? So this means your mom could have been cold, rigid, detached, especially with the words. But even you and your own emotions, when events occur, there can be some. Yeah, there just might be that emotion there that feels like. I don't know. Are you experiencing the same thing I am? How come it's not affecting you the same way? Damn it, that kind of thing. You even have a retrograding Saturn at 4 degrees if this is your chart. And that can be tricky energy. It's in relationships, significant one-on-one relationships. Some of these people, everything feels heavy. Relationships feel very heavy, and they feel like life in terms of relationships are definitely slow going. And my God, the 4 degrees again comes up for you. So this can be difficult on the way you express and communicate and stand out and radiate in relationships. And this is all in significant partnerships, but also the business partnerships, big time. There's an uncomfortable and an irritation there with authority figures, even in these significant relationships. And it's gonna feel heavy. You have a finger of God actually in this chart. So what that means is your Venus energy, your desire energy, um, and the way you radiate, express, and stand out. Again, you standing out to be the authority figure, but having it in the Taurus and at the 4 degrees, there's something there that is a benefit to you when you can express in a nurturing manner. Think of calm and a soothing sound, because Taurus is known for having a calming voice and a soothing sound, and maybe even a beautiful sounding voice. Okay. So with this finger of God, it is your Taurus sun that's at the top. And a Taurus sun, especially when we talk about the esoteric meaning of it and like the higher level meanings, it's not just about the money, but it is about a higher level of the bringer of the light and shining the light on the path for others as well. So it's not just about you, it's about others. And this can be complicated because of some of the other objects you have in that finger of God type of energy. So with that just means to be cautious, tread carefully, but don't ever let your ability to share and to provide nurturing for somebody else, especially feminine energy and support, nurturing and support. Don't let it hold you back, because that's where your finger of God wants you to express, because you've got it at Taurus at 4 degrees. All right. So let's see here. That was a chart for Crystal Roberts. Hope that helped. I mean, I don't know if that sounded like you, but that's what we got for you. And I put you in the system and saved you. So for anybody who doesn't have a birth time, you can reach out to the Houston, Texas. That's where you were born. Reach out to that, reach out into that city, to their district or whatever, and they usually have all the birth times on file, and you usually can go right online, and they ask you for like a $15 processing fee or something like that, maybe $25, who knows, I can't remember. And then they get the chart to you. It does take a little bit of time though. Sometimes it can take a few months, so I would not wait on it. Okay, so where are we going? Have a great time anytime next week for me. Have a great week. Okay, bye, healing readings. Donna Marie, have a good night. Have a good night. Okay, so after Crystal is just fine. All right, Tim. Tim, I might not have you in this system because we've made a move, and I don't think I've seen you here in a minute. So you're going to have to get your birth digits to me. Tim, are you here? Can you get me your digits, or did you send them to the email? Oh, Crystal, bless you. She sent them right to my. Crystal ended up emailing me. Good job, Crystal. That's okay. No problem. So, one wise lady, look at that. OWL, the owl is in the house. What's going on? Kitchen Sink said, when am I up? Kitchen Sink, we called your name. We called your name multiple times. So if you're gonna hang out and we'll call your name again. When I called the name multiple times and people don't answer, we go to the next person. So hang out and yeah, we'll come back around. Tim, oh good. All right, Tim, let me get your chart on here. Oh, well, yeah, you made it. Maybe you fell asleep. I don't know. That happens. Sometimes people have to go to the bathroom. It was for more than a few minutes. Either way, not a big deal. We just go around the circle again. No problem. All right. So, Tim, let me get you in here. Let me see. Oh, Tim, you just had a birthday, right? April 19th. All righty. Well, happy belated birthday, Tim. Hope life has been treating you well. Let's get your digits in here. 11:41 a.m. I'm assuming that's Jacksonville. Oh, what's this thing saying? Hmm. You know, yeah, is that Jacksonville? You put JAX. I mean, I could be wrong. Yeah, okay. You're just trying to give me. I mean, you put JAX as if I know how to spell Jacksonville. I mean, I did it one time. Oh, I got it right. Damn. All right. See, some of my brain, sometimes it's coming back. I don't know, man. Sometimes I'll be writing something and I'm like, what the hell? That's not how you spell that. What the on earth did you just write? Or you know how you can write something and you're like, that's not right. And then you go and you look it up and it is right. And you're like, but why does it not look right? I hate that. All right, Tim, let's get your chart here. Let's get that off the screen. I didn't realize that was there the whole time. Oh, sorry about that. So that's there the whole time. Yes, folks, that's how it works. Get your digits to me. You can email them to me or put them in the chat. If you want a longer reading, otherwise you get a speed reading, you send a channel gift. Okay, everybody understand? Let me get this off the screen. Where the hell is it? Oh, it's a banner. There we go. I'm sorry. I thought it would leave. I don't know why. Okay, so your chart. Yeah. I just want to make sure this is you. Aries at the midheaven, 17. That sounds right. Oh, yeah. Dad energy, boss energy, authority figure energy. And you got that sun at 29. Oh, my God. Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm remembering some stuff now. This looks familiar. Okay, so let's go like this. Let's see what kind of jumps out. Oh, the Jupiter's jumping out. So, oh, Jupiter and Taurus. Okay, yeah, because we're gonna have Jupiter and Leo pretty soon. Aha. Okay. All right. So yeah, we're gonna have Jupiter and Leo soon. Okay. So for right now, the Jupiter's sitting here at 19, which means you had Jupiter trining your Neptune in the 4th house. Yeah, you had Jupiter, home, family, and the beliefs about the future. Even religion and spirituality would have been a big deal, but Jupiter trining Neptune, surrender and prayer. There's a lot of that kind of energy, but connecting higher, connecting with divine. The Jupiter talks about hope and protection and connecting the past to the present to the future, especially in Cancer energy. Now, before we go further, like even, yeah, I think what's more important since it was Jupiter is that you're going to have Jupiter on your ascendant. Yeah. So when a Jupiter goes to somebody's ascendant, that's a time when we will have to recognize that the Jupiter energy, I mean, it increases everything it has anything to do with. So emotions and family, but also your physical sensitivities. You might notice them increase because of Cancer rising. These folks, you know, it's Cancer's like that empathic energy, right? They can feel the emotions of others, right? They can feel things they don't necessarily want to feel. And yeah, we're talking once you go through the month of June 2nd, you've got Jupiter at 24 and Venus in Cancer energy as well. So Jupiter increasing sensitivities, increasing intuitions, but then it can also have an effect on the physical body, increasing what you feel. So understanding like how that works for you, that would be good to know in advance and to have it figured out really well ahead of time before Jupiter starts adding to all of that, adding to the sensitivities of needing to feel protected. And Jupiter can definitely bring that. But I want to say something too about this is that when Jupiter goes into a person's first house, it can also add to who we are. So we may even, some people even add weight, right? When Jupiter goes to their first house, because it just kind of, it, it, it just adds to who we are. It adds to our physical appearance. So if you're not the kind of a person who gains weight, some people just depends what their build is. They can eat whatever the hell, whenever the hell, and they don't gain a pound. Um, but it can add, like you may find yourself, I don't know, maybe you're intentionally bulking up, maybe you're putting on additional things, additional layers. Cancer energy people who are really sensitive, if you notice them, they tend to layer up. Even if it's summertime, you'll see, especially if they work indoors and it's air conditioned, you'll see them additionally layering because the Cancer wants to carry that home on its back. Yeah, big home energy. So self-nurturing is a big deal, really big deal here. And that would likely increase, and maybe even more of a self-nurturing focus on your body. So that will become, I've got June 2nd, and then we're going to go to, yeah, just a week later, it becomes real. Like Jupiter is conjunct the 27 degrees, and then Venus is with it. They're both sitting there on your ascendant. So love, values, desires, sensitivities with smell, taste, touch, sound, hearing, but even the elevated sensitivities, even the elevated, um, yeah, like Taurus has more than just the five senses, right? There's a whole other, there's a whole other body that we have, our energetic bodies that pick up things, that understand, that are communicating with others all the time, and the world and the public and whatever, and friends and whoever that you feel really close to, because this is tribal energy. This is energy from the past. So there's going to be deep connections and feminine energy, Venus, females in your life or males who also exude a strong feminine energy. This will be a big deal. It comes forward. And I don't know, maybe even a little bit time before that there's a deep bonded energy that occurs because it would trine your fifth house cusp line of romance or of children at 22 degrees in Scorpio. So like the month even before this, there could be some deep connections, bonded energy, and the past and history that comes to the surface or that reignites because we're talking about the past. But with Mercury going through your 12th house this whole time, you see, it's communications that are behind the scenes, communications from the past, people from the past, family from the past, maybe even discussing stuff about home and childhood and mom. But when we look at the 12th house, that speaks of far land, far, far away, like another country type of energy. And so sometimes it's just simply the subconscious, even if if our family is here, if we grew up here, mom is here, because, this could mean mom is far away, or mom was absent, or it was hard to see mom, or mom was for some reason just not available in some way, emotionally available possibly. And so we find ourselves having to possibly kind of be our own mother, regardless of what gender we are. It doesn't matter. We have to nurture ourselves. So 4 degrees and nurturing and home and family and mom seems to be, and feminine energy is a pretty prominent theme at this time for you. And the values. I know I keep saying the same thing over. When I say values, so love and money, all that good stuff. So just keep that in mind. Hope that makes sense for you. Oh, you have been gaining. Oh, well, Jupiter is not going to make it any easier. Oh, yeah, the eyes too. Jupiter and Neptune. Spot on about the eyes, for sure. My poor mother. Oh, my God, does she go through that? Holy crap. Yep, that could be a thing. Neptune and Jupiter, the eyes, for sure. Perceptions. Yep. So if you're already gaining, just know that once Jupiter dips over that line, Tim, it's going to be like, oh, crap. And yeah. But the good news is that Jupiter's then going to, well, you're going to have to wait for Jupiter to go to 19 degrees for it to get the hell out of your that's going to be a whiles off. That's going to be some time off. I mean, that's going to be far out there. Not like super, super far, but yeah, like Jupiter actually goes kind of fast this year through Leo because it doesn't retrograde to the end of Leo. So once you get to like the end of the summer, you might notice a difference because Jupiter now then will be in your second house. So that should hopefully change up things as far as, are we growing wider or whatever? Someone was like, I'm round, damn it. Like when Jupiter is going through their first house and bitching about them being round. Okay. So right on about mom's availability, Pisces sun. Oh gosh. Okay. Yeah. Well, she, Pisces sun, they can have, without looking at her chart, they can have a whole other world that they live in, honestly. Where's your moon? Because that would talk more about mom too. Oh, your moon is in Leo at 6. Oh, well, that would suggest that maybe mom was, well, I don't know. She could have been fun for some people. She might have been a fun one. She might have been busy having fun. Maybe, there was a little bit of that in there too, possibly. Leos like to have parties and to have like some entertaining. So maybe she was having to involve with self, maybe. Entertaining others, maybe. Who knows? Okay. So, real quick, who's all here? We're going to take a roll call. It's 8:13. We got 45 minutes left. Who's here? Roll call. So put your names in. Say hello. If you're listening, if you expected a reading, mom was a fun lady. Yeah, a Leo moon. It does say a Leo moon at 6 degrees, which means in the home that she was fun. Laughter would have been important to her. And probably, who knows, maybe more important than anything. I don't, Leo's entertaining and creating and laughter is Leo energy. They're the comedians. Mm-hmm. Yep, you're welcome. All right, so who's here who's expecting a reading? Because I know people are like, I left or I came back. Is it my turn? If you're here and you're expecting, let me hear you. Let me see your name show up in the chat again. Present, thank you, one wise lady. That helps. There was another person that was like, yeah, are you here? Did you call my name? And I think that person was Kitchen Sink, who I don't have digits for. Kitchen Sink said, when is it my turn? Kitchen Sink, are you there? Yeah, sometimes the internet connections on on your end. I know sometimes mine definitely is a problem. Although StreamYard tells me right away if I don't have a good connection, it usually pops right up. There's a signal that says, you know, you suck. No, your internet sucks or something. It pops up and it lets you know that, yeah, it's not as powerful as it should be. And it's been doing pretty good. I haven't had that problem. So far, one wise lady. Yes, we're streaming twice. That's right. In a vertical and a horizontal format. That was done intentionally. Some people just like to watch the vertical. They're not here to see the chart. They don't. Yeah. And that's fine. So I can see all the I am streaming twice and all the chats show up here. The vertical and the horizontal are all supposed to be here they show me the symbol of how you're showing up. Although what's funny is one wise lady, one of your comments, it showed up with a question mark. It didn't know if you were on the vertical or the horizontal. How funny is that? Yeah, that's pretty funny. So, kitchen sink, I have your name on the screen. You asked me if it was your turn. And here I am calling your name again. And even though I don't have your digits, you asked a question, and I'm just going to tell you, as soon as you asked it, I got like an immediate answer. And so we're just going to be done with you. And I don't mean it like that. That sounded really, I don't know, that just sounded kind of horrible, like done with you, get out of here. No, but we don't have your digits anyway. And the answer I got was yes, absolutely. What was her question? I don't know, but I remember the answer. And I also remember the feeling. I got a feeling with it too. Oh, Lord, is everything okay? Oh. All right. As long as it's not about my mom, then whatever else is going to have to wait. As long as it ain't about my mom, because, oh boy, it's been a whole different thing all itself. Shit, I can't even talk about. Okay, so am I talking to myself? Okay, one wise lady, let's get you going because nobody else is answering, and that's fine. People are claiming, yeah, it's the streaming situation, and that could totally be true. I can't control that. I have a yes or no question if you're able to answer. Look at Tim trying to sneak in some extra stuff. How did you know? Was that you, Tim? You got that in? How did you know that? That's right. Do they feel guilty? Yeah, I totally had that answer, right? That was the kitchen. Yeah, you did it. Thank you. That was, yeah. Did you know who that kitchen sink was? That was the feeling. Yep. And it was so funny. It came in really powerful. As soon as I read their question, I had the gut feeling of feeling bad, feeling guilty. And yeah, it was a yucky feeling. I went to the other stream. Ah, well, yeah. Oh, boy, you're bouncing all around, huh? Yeah, it's up there somewhere. All right. Well, so for kitchen sink, there was your answer. I gave it. I gave it. All right. Let's go to one wise owl. I know we just did you the other day, so I know you're in the system. Let's find you. Did you mention what I'm looking at, or am I just talking about whatever comes through to you? Through to you, to me type of thing, like whatever pops in? Oh, this system's getting big. Hey, one wise owl, this is going to sound funny, but August 29th, 2003, is that you? I just realized I might have another owl in here. Damn, did I put you in as just owl? I might have to change this. I thought maybe I didn't put the whole thing in. This says this is alphabetized, but okay, I have one wise lady here. Oh, that must be you. Saggy on the ascendant at 5 degrees with a Scorpio sun. Look at this. Look at this chart, guys. For anybody that's paying attention. Wake up. Wake up, everyone. Wake up. Get your cold drink on. A Cancer moon, right? Talk about empathic at the freaking Gemini degree, Cancer moon. I don't know if I'd want all that. This is loaded. Your moon is loaded. You have a loaded Cancer energy because it's right on the cusp line of the ninth house, which is more Jupiter energy. So that's going to increase the intuition, the empathic abilities, which means you get stuff by, you can get it in the sensitivities and sensations and the empathic abilities of Cancer and the emotional world. But Jupiter brings imagery as well. It can. And it trines your natal Jupiter. Holy crap. Trines your sun. You have a Jupiter midpoint at 24. It trines your fifth house cusp line. Great creative energy, by the way. And if you're not using it, yeah, use your creative energy. You have Pisces at a creative degree on the fifth house cusp, which is really creative. And if you don't use it for that, for creating something, because this can be very theatrical energy. It just can be. Pisces at 17 on the fifth house cusp line. Very theatrical. There's a double emphasis on theatrics here in the fifth house. And when we have Aries there, that can be tricky too. Because Aries is definitely focused on me, a short wick, but it's got strong pioneering energy, but it can be real fun if you're doing sports. It can be a great release. And so when you combine creativity and the physical body and sports, of course, fun and procreating is in this house as well. I'm just saying, like for everybody, I'm just keeping it real here. Yeah. But things with self are going to be a big deal. It even says here in the software, you feel cared for when people are allowing you to be independent, because Aries is really independent energy. Freedom is so important. It says you also believe the best way for caring for others is to let them be themselves. It says that you might feel like as if you suffer if you feel that you're dominated or caged in. And I got to say something about that. Honestly, I can totally relate to that. Totally relate to that in so many ways. So many ways. And I mean, I'm talking about like not wearing anything, nothing around my wrists, jewelry, necklaces. Oh my God. Just recently, for other reasons, I've worn, what the hell? I don't even have it on right now. I had to wash dishes. Turquoise. But I have to wear it where it kind of hangs all the way down, like on my hand. Like I cannot wear anything if it's like this. There's something there where I don't know how to explain it. Like there's like this strong restrictive feeling. And so I don't like things. Yeah. Like when it's cold out. Yeah. It's important. I keep my neck and my chest covered up. My head gets cold, Aries energy. But as far as like the neck and wearing like a necklace or something, there's like a restrictive thing I can't do. I just can't do it. And no, I'm an Aries nothing, but I have Aries in a really sensitive area. Oh no, that's not true. I have an Aries North node. I lied. I have stuff in Aries. But most people would be like, oh, you must be Aries moon or Aries sun or Aries rising. None of the above. So yeah, your creativity is going to be really important. You have a lot of that strong 28 degree, that's moon energy. Oh Lord, yeah. That Leo energy, more creative, more highly dramatic energy. Of course, this can be mom energy too. The point is though, it pulls from the emotions. That's the point. Mom, family, emotions, and the water, because water is so prevalent in your chart. Not that you don't have other stuff, but you have that grand water trine. And so that means the more water we have, the more emotions we can pull from, the more the past we can pull from. Some people would say past life stuff, karma stuff. you have a north node in Aquarius, and some say that Aquarian energy, because it's different and it's unconventional and it's about what we are literally intellectually creating. So it hasn't been created yet. Possibly even, I don't know, when we think of the future, right? Aquarian energy kind of comes forward, doesn't it? Yeah, it can. Aquarian energy and Uranus is kind of like altered states, even. And you even have freaking Uranus at 11 degrees, along with, is this, oh, Shiva at 11 degrees, all Aquarian degrees. Pandora's box at 11 degrees. This is all in relationships, by the way, significant one-on-one relationships, but it's all in the 11th house. Holy crap. Your chart is wild in that the air is strong, but the independent energy is like off the charts too. But so is the past. So you're deeply steeped, like the owl shit up there in the name, one wise lady. You're deeply steeped in like the occult, but there's also this ability to create for the future. And in a chart like this, where you have the future in the fourth house, dare I say, that now, especially since you have Neptune and Saggy too traveling, and and Saggy also about the future, that there might even be stuff you're experiencing. God, 11 degrees comes up again. There might be stuff that you're experiencing too, where it's also affecting the present, but it's the future, like the life yet to be lived, that's affecting the present. Some might even say an alternate reality, like another lifetime, like it's a simultaneous existence type of thing, possibly. That's, you know, I might say that's splitting hairs actually, because I can't prove anything. Nobody can prove, right, that what I'm saying, just like nobody can actually disprove what I'm saying. So either way, there's other things that affect your current reality and your current perceptions. I think your Saturn retrograde probably helps, because Saturn is about seriousness. It's about reality check time. It's very grounded in Taurus energy, very stabilizing energy. Although Saturn is about building for the long haul, the long term, and so it goes very slow. But having really grounded energy for work and for home is probably a saving grace here in your chart. And Juno right next to it. Really grounded energy. Keep it simple, valuing the basics. Don't get crazy, right? Build on for the long term. The tried, the true, the tested, like that's all Saturn stuff. And then your Pluto at 29. Wow. Okay. Your Pluto's really grounded, powerful energy, the details. I like Pluto in Virgo. I have it myself. It can go over the details. It's the ultimate researcher and digger. It wants to keep on improving because ultimately it's looking towards perfection. Virgo is work, but can also be health. Just like the Saturn and the Taurus down there can also be with health as well. So food and the connection to health is going to be a big deal in your chart. Okay. And Virgo will help you connect those dots. You have a Pluto at 29 degrees after all, in Virgo energy of connecting the practical side of life, the holistic side of life. Yeah. To job and values and work and day-to-day routines. Your eyes leak all the time. Yeah. You see Neptune at 0 degrees there, and you have Jupiter in the 12th. And so usually, I just want you to know something, okay? Here's something important. Neptune is a lesson in forgiveness. 12th house stuff is forgiveness. You have bonded energy in the 12th house. You have Venus there. You have Jupiter there. So The reality is that this is for you. You have to do it for you. Otherwise, you are abandoning yourself. And I know it might be about somebody else because this is in shared energy. I can see this here, right? It's in shared energy. But if you don't get to the understanding part, the forgiveness part, and then the release that comes with it, and then the healing that follows it, like this is for you. It's for you. If you don't do it. And how do I know this? Because you're telling me your eyes are dripping. You're this is the eyes dripping is the pain from the inside. Literally. Literally. And I'm not making that up. This is the adrenals in the body. You have Mars at 18 in Libra. Libra is the adrenals. You have Mars and Uranus there. And so these things aren't going to change. You have to be willing to, what's the saying? If you want the outside to change, you have to change the inside. So your thoughts and your beliefs about your future, spirituality, religion, just your philosophy on life, faith and hope and love, that kind of stuff. There's something here for yourself that you have to do. Your sun is a 25-degree Scorpio sun. These are fighters, and they're fixed. They're fixed. And Scorpio's lesson is to detach. That's the Scorpio lesson, plain and simple. But they refuse to detach. That's why it's their lesson. It's fixed energy. And Scorpios connect not just physically, but energetically. So they make these deeply bonded soul connections, in addition to the energetic, in addition to the physical, in addition to the emotional. There's all these bonds that they're tethered to. And ultimately, the lesson is to let go, to release, to forgive. And until you do that, you're the one hurting you. And that's it, plain and simple. And I don't mean to simplify or to make things, I don't mean to belittle anything. I know, like, Scorpio is traumatic energy. I know that. And in the 12th house, yeah, it also speaks of possibly, this is deep. This is deep. And it also represents that this is a repeat with a partner. You follow? A repeat with a partner. And we have to ask ourselves, do we want this to repeat? Do I want to have another lifetime like this? Right? So the forgiveness is for you. The let go is for you. Your best bet is to, if you really truly have that owl energy, you're going to go ahead and find ways to get an altered state in your mind. And that is not by using substances. That's not what I mean by altered states. A state of calm, of serenity, using sound if you have to, because Neptune is sound. Finding people that can inspire you in some way to get on that journey of releasing and understanding and forgiveness, because that's Neptune energy. And it's in the first house. Another example of why it's for you. Your sun at 25 degrees is for you, self. These are all for me. These are all examples of your chart saying it's for me. The 11 degrees point out extreme stuff in those relationships, shocks and surprises and extreme. Okay. So without going any more into this, because I'm getting way too deep into this, I feel like I'm prying, like it's way too damn personal. I feel like because you have the Saturn and the Juno connected. Juno is partnerships. You see this? This is love. This is domestic. But the Saturn retrograde, the teaching is anytime there's a Saturn retrograde, this is like a do-over. And we don't want to keep doing this over. This is heavy stuff. So we just have to find a way to let go, to release. find some sort of inspiration that you are not going to betray yourself. And I know this looks like someone else betrayed me, but here's the ultimate lesson in forgiveness. It's not for the other person, it's for ourselves. And if we don't do it, we are betraying ourselves, because we're killing ourselves on the inside, from the inside out. We're betraying our heart. We're betraying ourselves on the inside out. So remember, the let go, the release, the detachment, the severing of those bonds, it's for your survival, for your, dare I say the word, soul survival. I don't like using that, because yeah, but this is deep, is my point. This is deep, and we don't want to keep repeating this. Okay. This is deep. Okay. One wise lady. All right. Great. Yes, I've been challenging everything, especially government authority. All do is restudy us. Friggin' horrified at what I know. You know what? Look at the bigger picture. That's the only answer I can give you. That there is a bigger connection to it all. To it all. I know. I totally get it. The Pluto at 29, I understand the research. I totally get it. And what you've come to realize, Saturn shows us the cold, hard truth and realities, as does Saturn shows us the reality. Pluto shows us the truth. Not just what's true, but the truth, right? And usually if it's Pluto, it's going to show us stuff that's horrific. It's going to show us the horrific stuff. But it's not all horrific, right? There are other things that are truths no matter what. Find what those are. Start digging back into your Neptune energy of connecting universally, connecting to universal truths. Start connecting on a higher level to get the bigger picture of all the despicable stuff that's going on, and limit your amount of time that you're connecting to all that. Just understand that, you have to save yourself. You have to save yourself. And so you have to pick and choose very wisely what you allow access into your brain. I'm a widow to suicide and still can't forgive him. Okay. Yes, very sorry to hear that. Inflammation is Mars. Inflammation is Mars. And there is so much that you can do yourself for the inflammation. There's a lot that you can control. And you have Taurus in the 6th house of health. And I think that with that Taurus there, and Taurus learning, Taurus understanding what it values, it's a matter of creating new, healthy routines. All right. It is 8:38. I got 20 minutes left. Tim said I can't wear jewelry either. Oron 2888. What's up, Tim? Deep is my middle name. Oh, absolutely Deep is your middle name. No doubt about it. Yeah, there's a lot of ways. It's all good information. All good information. Okay, so was there anybody else that was up that gave me their digits? Let me go check. Oh, look at that. Oron gave me their digits. Wow, whoever this Oron person is, you are on the ball. Thank you. I love it. You are here. Great. Let me get you in here. I don't think I've seen your chart before. Let's get you on the screen. Let me get the chart drawn up. Okay, we'll go by that. We'll go by what you showed up in the chat. That sounds good. Thank you for connecting the dots. Boy, you are on the ball. I love it when people are on the ball. It makes my job so much easier. So you got a birthday coming up. Oh, look at that. You got your birth time and everything. Impressive. Did you have? Oh, you do have that too. Wow. It's crazy. I'm so impressed by people who have all their shit together. I don't know. I'm like, ooh, you got your birth time and your location. It's like Merry Christmas to me. Holy crap. Thank you. It is such a relief. It helps. And you have it all in one spot. I'm not like fishing around for the crap. You would not believe how it would be scattered all over the place. And I'd be like, oh, and then the shit comes up wrong. Well, no wonder. MISSOURI. That's what I said. MISSOURI. Did I spell it wrong? So let me repeat your stuff to you if I can for location. You have written down St. Louis, Missouri. Is that correct? For Oron 2888. I need more water. Oren said that's correct. Okay. Why is this software giving me a hard time? Well, have you seen your chart before? It's telling me it doesn't exist. Maybe it's glitchy. Maybe it's full of beans. Maybe it doesn't know what it's talking about. I have a Gemini ascendant at 13 degrees. Let's see. What do you think about that? Is that you? Okay. Let me see. So this is telling me you have a moon at 0 degrees in Saggy. Oh, yeah, I think this is you. Holy shit. And a Mars at 0 degrees? Oh, my God. Okay, whoa. Is this really you? Holy shit. Your vertex is at 0 degrees as well. Oh, Lord. Holy moly. Okay, so this says you have a Saggy moon at 0. So something about Saggy at 0, extreme. These folks, yeah, they're usually quite generous, especially with information, especially based upon what their beliefs are, and the word true and truth. That usually resonates deeply with Sagittarius energy. They usually feel that, I don't know, they're always on that quest for the truth and discovering it. And once they have it and discovered it, they want to share it. They think, if this is the truth and everybody should know it. But this chart shows the moon trines your Mars, which means you will not sit still on that. You would definitely be taking action on that. Wow. Strong Leo energy. And you kind of came in a little bit strong. Like, bam. Yeah, Leo on the 3rd house cusp line, a Jupiter degree. Your mind's going to be fast. You do have a Mercury in Taurus, though, and it is behind your sun, but it's in the 11th house. Oh, interesting chart. Another person with a retrograding Saturn. And what's the teaching? Again, I just say the teaching. Everybody I've asked about this, they've all agreed. Yes, it feels like I've lived this life before. I don't have a retrograding Saturn in my chart, and I don't assume teachings are true. So I ask people to tell me what they think about that. There's something interesting that popped up for you, Oran. I don't know if have you confirmed the 0 degree moon? Have you confirmed any of this yet? 0 degree moon, 13 degrees ascendant. I just want to make sure this is your chart. I don't like, we got to confirm and make sure this is you. But you even have a retrograding Uranus. Oh my God. So let me ask you. Let me just take a shot in the dark. Do you have issues with authority figures? Does that ever come up for you? Challenges? Maybe people who just simply encounter you, they challenge your views and your actions, they challenge your ambitions. There might be conflicts. People kind of maybe even, I don't know. But overall, you're pretty darn assertive. But at the same time, you can be understanding of others' perspectives. It says that you might attract assertive and energetic people also, often bringing powerful energy that very well may oppose your own energy, because you got some wicked strong energy. And having vertex at 0 means events and people come into your life like out of nowhere. It might feel, it can feel like fated kind of energy. And at the 0, it's extreme. It's kind of like a primordial kickoff point. And yours is in vertex, shocks and surprises, in deeply bonded energy, and possibly in relationships. Juno is there. Relationships. And it's in the house of vulnerabilities and trauma and tragedies within friends and group energy. But again, authority figure pops up where the traumas are connected and where the vulnerabilities are, where the wounds are, where the hidden wounds are. That's in your 8th house. And your Mars conjunct your vertex, your anti-vertex even. Wow. Another person. Yeah. Pluto, a retrograding Pluto in Scorpio, more intense energy. But in terms of health, you have 21 degrees of Scorpio on that house cusp line. That's a Jupiter degree. So that might add to work, add to wounds, add to bonded energy. And Scorpio likes to bond on every level possible: physical, mental, emotional, energetic. Yeah. For Scorpio energy, the more levels it can bond on with somebody, the more levels it can penetrate and bond, the better. Like that's the way that energy operates. But yeah, like the shock and surprise energy, again, authority figure, dad energy, but self and starting stuff in partnerships, professional partnerships, that's pretty strong here. But communicating and talking with those people too, because you got Mercury, a nice trine right across. And then chaos is right next to it. Oh my God. But this is fascinating, really fascinating. You even have karma connected to your sun, 12th house energy. Ooh, Gemini in the 12th. So you're supposed to be spitting the esoteric knowledge, right? Writing about it, talking about it, communicating about it. What do you think about that? Does that sound like you? We're still trying to figure out if this is your chart. Now I'm rambling on trying to figure out if that's you. Yeah, rebellious energy for sure. For sure. I got your email. Very good. Yeah, talking and well, you know why, right? Like, have you seen your chart? Like this chart, you've got the talking and the communication, even though it's in Taurus, which means it slows the communication down. Yours is a little bit trickier than that. First of all, it is in Earth, but it's in the electrified house. It's in Aquarius's home. And Gemini, Mercury, I should say, in that 11th house, it gets a zap. It gets a zap. It gets a jolt. It's a lightning bolt jolt. And your Mercury gets a jolt from the Uranus over here. Holy shit. So you have it multiple ways where the mind moves really fast. So communication is going to move fast. So you'll be able to understand concepts, multi-layered concepts with the Uranian energy. Like these are the scientists, the rocket scientists, these, whether you have it all the time or not, I don't know, because it's in Earth in both ways in your chart. but you may have flashes of inspiration. You may have flashes of some of those bigger concepts and understanding them. Um, but your Mercury trining the eighth house of the wounds and of the past and of the subconscious. And yeah, you just got the eighth house is loaded. You've got Neptune there, and you've got your North Node there. And again, authority figure and dad energy, long-term goals, that stuff comes up for you in a big way. I just can't get over your Mars conjunctive vertex at the 0 degrees. I'm looking at that like, holy crap. So communication is a big deal. Big deal in your chart. So whether you're using the writing, sales, speeches, training, teaching, of course, and publishing would be huge if this is your chart as a Saggy moon, because Saggy's all about publishing, taking it to the next level, teaching, preaching, seeking. That's all of this energy. And these, if this is your moon, those things would be emotionally satisfying for you. At the same time, this also is mom energy, home energy. And at 0 degrees, was home on the road? Was home traveling all the time? Was mom traveling all the time? At Sagittarius, was mom like the adventurer, the seeker, the searcher, higher knowledge and wisdom? Maybe she was a preacher. I don't know. Like this is moon at 0 degrees in Saggy. It's in the 6th house. So this might have been what she did for a living. It could even represent that mom might have also have been absent emotionally, as a mom is supposed to provide the nurturing for children. But at that 0 degrees, man, fire does not sit still. Fire is alive, growing, and moving. Fire does not sit still. So, yeah, what a wild chart. Pretty fascinating. Pretty fascinating. Yeah. Well, if this is you, that Gemini and that karma stuff in your 7th, I'm sorry, in your 7th, karma at 7 degrees relationships in the past. Yep, significant relationships, partnerships, business and private. 12th house energy. You got karma in the house of karma. Holy smokes. Holy smokes. Well, you should be, communication, something. You should be connecting with some of that information. So whether you're publishing it, whether you're sharing that knowledge, it's up to you to let us know how all that worked out. Interesting chart. Yes, sometimes when we have a glitchy night, like I couldn't pull up somebody else's chart. So it's possible. It's possible. It's possible some of the stuff makes sense. It's possible some of it doesn't. Oh, gotcha. My mom. Oh, I see. People pretty grounded for a Gemini. Oh, well, yeah, but your Mercury is in Taurus. I mean, I don't know. Your Mercury's in Taurus and you have Virgo in the 3rd house as well in this chart. You don't have just fiery Leo. So to me, the way you're communicating, communication style, that would work because that Mercury in Taurus, it rules that 3rd house. So you have double Mercury in the 3rd. According to this chart anyway. If these things are, Mom was very nurturing to me growing up, but we have a difficult time getting along in many A difficult time getting along. Well, then that's good. So maybe the mom being nurturing, maybe it was just, yeah, maybe that was what was extreme. It's a 0-degree moon, you know? Yeah, this crazy system. I'd have to draw it up in another system to see if it comes up, if the chart comes up the same. Unless you have your own chart and you're like, oh, yeah, this is in the right spot or whatnot. But anyway, all right, it's 8:55, so we're like winding down. Mom is a homebody, but my dad was a busy man. Dad was all about the business. Well, yeah, interesting. That chart, dad energy would have been up at your midheaven, but also the Saturn energy in your eighth house. Again, more authority figure stuff. Well, let's see. You were born in 1991. Well, you're still a young pup. There's a whole lot yet to be discovered. And who is it for me to be talking about things that you haven't yet discovered? I'm just saying. Sometimes, it's just yeah, who knows? Well, I'm glad to hear you had a good relationship with your mother when you were growing up, but we have a difficult time getting along in many years. Yeah, well, maybe mom's getting older and having a harder life. Sean, slightly different charts. Sometimes sites give me slightly different charts. I'll go with yours though. Well, you know what I'm going to do though? Oran, if you come back, I use astro.com. They're like spot on. A lot of stuff online is incorrect. A lot of it is, yeah. Astro.com it's not the most user-friendly website because it's an astrologer's website. It's really not made. Although they've done a lot of work on it, they've changed it a lot, but they're still spot on. They're really good. Their accuracy is spot on. So to double check a chart, that's what I do. I would take the digits you gave me and go draw it up over there and see what they come up with. Because every now and then the software I use gets weird, gets glitchy, depending upon what the hell's going on up there. So I will go double check it to see. So, hey, I'm a quad, Leo, Sun, Moon, Mercury, and Mars. Whoa. And a rising Capricorn, rising Scorpio. Whoa. That's a lot of fixed energy. And Scorpios, man, again, I'm not a hater of Scorpio energy. I hold a lot of it in my chart. I feel like I understand it pretty well. Maybe I'm delusional. I don't think so though. Yeah, attachments. These are the folks who were the crusaders. Literally. They will fight for a higher cause and they're like the pit bull in that sense. They don't let go. But they do it to they don't realize that it's to their detriment. It's unhealthy. All the fixed energy is difficult to deal with. So people who have a lot of fixed energy, I'm one of them, along with you guys. It's really difficult energy to deal with. We're constantly trying to recalibrate and find balance in all the things that we're very fixed with. And so flexibility is a big deal. Learning to be flexible and to compromise, like that's the name of the game for fixed signs. For people who have, when you slam me with all this fixed energy, holy crap. And your Venus is in Cancer. So when it comes to sensitive energy and nurturing energy and mom energy, empathic energy, yeah, that's going to be kind of strong. But the fixed energy that you showed, woo, loaded, hard energy to work with. If we aren't aware of it. But if we're aware of it, that's a whole different thing. If we're aware of what's going on, and not of other people in our lives coming to us with their fixed energy, it's really more about, it's always about self. looking in the mirror. What did Mike say? Mike who? What did Mike say? I'm starting with the man in the mirror. And that right there is truth. That right there is truth. You got to start with the one in the mirror. That's it. Yeah, no problem. Stingers are out in force today. Yes, right? Yeah. Yes. All right. Well, I appreciate everybody showing up and contributing, especially for those who contributed in ways where you sent channel gifts. I appreciate that very much. Next Saturday, we're in our Astro class. That is a private thing. So regardless of where you're at in astrology, my whole angle when I started doing astrology was really all about know thyself, especially this kind of astrology. The tropical Placidus, the Western astrology is just for learning about self. It's phenomenal. It's just phenomenal. So anybody wants to join the Astro class, you got to send me an email. You got to be signed up for it in advance because it's private. And the email is Allastrology. Here, I'll put this up here. It's right there, allastrology@gmail.com. And then we also do another live stream. It's private. It's called the Private Lives. It's kind of the same thing like tonight, but it's very limited seating. I only take a handful or less of people for those private lives. It's meant to be intimate and small and for people to be able to, maybe have to discuss things that are just way too private in this atmosphere. All right. Again, send me an email if you want in on that. It is limited spaces available. So I know I kind of threw a lot of information out there. If you go to my All Astrology YouTube channel page on YouTube, there's a recent post that I just put up and there's a schedule. Like if you're interested in any of those things, just check them out and then you can send me an email. We can go from there. All right, we're all done. You everybody have a good night. Try to stay sane. Music, sound therapy, utilize Neptune and Aries. That's what it's there for, to keep us sane. Art, creativity, escape, respite, rest. Use all the Neptune things, but we want to use the Neptune things that are good for us, right? So no substances. Keep away from the Neptune substances. Do the things that are healthy for you to keep you sane. That's the goal here. All right, everybody. You have a good one. See you next time.